This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I've never seen anything like this in my entire illustrious career. Roars Howard Cosell. Welcome to the Disney Scrapbook, where together we take a journey to explore Disney history from 50 years ago. My name is Nolan. Today, I thought we'd take a look at Further Wild Tales of the 1973 sports comedy motion picture, The World's Greatest Athlete, in which college coach Archer returns to his roots in Africa with his assistant Milo Jackson, where they discover super athlete Nanu and bring him back to America to compete for the college. An interesting array of personalities are confined to the commentator's press box for the track and field competition in this film. American sportscaster Howard Cosell gives an over-the-top, domineering commentary throughout, cutting off any comments that fellow commentators, former football player Joe Kapp, and ex-Olympic champion Bill Toomey might make. Other sports personalities that appear in the film are sports writer Jim McKay, basketball player Bud Palmer, and footballer Frank Gifford. John Amos replaced Godfrey Cambridge as Harvard College coach Sam Archer. Godfrey Cambridge had recently starred in Disney's 1972 dramatic film The Biscuit Eater, which I have previously reviewed and will leave a link to in the description below. Unfortunately, he collapsed just after filming started on The World's Greatest Athlete and had to withdraw from the picture. A shame, as that would have been the perfect role for him. Consequently, wannabe football star John Amos landed the role of Coach Archer, who goes on a quest to Africa to find his roots and an athletic prodigy. This hilarious role reminds him of his own luckless attempts to become a football hero, having been cut from 12 teams in 3 years. Initially, he signed up with the Denver Broncos, and after much trading, ended up with the British Columbia Lions. It was the Kansas City Chiefs coach, Hank Stram, who encouraged him to pursue writing. So he quit football and tried acting instead. He states that the rejection ratio in acting is very high too, and he had developed a stiff resistance to rejection. The talented Roscoe Lee Browne gives a wonderful performance in an unexpected way as Gazenga, the highly perceptive voodoo practicing witch doctor. This villain of the film cares deeply about both his people and his godson. He is a dignified, proud character played in a Shakespearean manner, with wonderfully funny dry humor, calmly executing put-downs in his mellifluous tones. In the scene where he's in conference with American doctors, he is asked about the state of the medical profession in his country. His reply is that his country is currently investing to attract more doctors. The interviewer asked in facilities. Gazenga replies, "No, golf courses." Newcomer to film's Canadian actress Dale Hayden, a former fashion model, plays Jane Douglas, a student tutor that falls in love with Nanu. On hiring her, producer Bill Walsh recalls she had a quality of innocence and believability which was essential to the role, adding that she was also very good looking, and as a former model, knew how to handle herself in front of a camera. That was serendipity. It must have been a surprise to Disney when she posed nude for the April 1973 edition of Playboy magazine. Billy DeWolf plays the uptight, disapproving Dean Maxwell. This would prove to be one of the last films for the Lifetime performer, with the high-pitched nasal, pussy voice. DeWolf started in vaudeville, subsequently taking his hyper-comedy relief to Paramount Films. It is a disappointment to me that his hyper-comedy relief was not exploited in this film. maybe he was too sick with lung cancer as he passed away soon after completing this film. Whatever it was, his role was too brief. Producer Bill Walsh lured comedian Nancy Walker back to film with the role of an extremely nearsighted landlady who fails to realize that one of her favorite boarders is actually a tiger dressed like a college boy. She plays this role to perfection. Her relaxed body language with the tiger helps to create some exceptionally funny scenes that left me belly laughing. The jealous puppy son of the college dean, Leopold Maxwell, is played by Danny Goldman, best known as Captain Murhart in MASH, and the voice of the brainy Smurf. His character makes valiant efforts to sabotage the athletic budding star, who has captured the heart of his girlfriend, Jane, and these antics build to a crescendo as the ultimate competition approaches. During the athletic competition, veteran actor Vito Scotti is seen in the stands, dropping popcorn on Harri the Tiger's head. Scotti had recently appeared as the clown in the Disney dramatic feature Napoleon and Samantha, which I have previously reviewed on my channel, and I'll leave links to that in the description below. He also provided the Italian voice in Disney's 1970 animated feature, The Aristocats. Harri the Tiger is extremely tolerant throughout this film. However, it is interesting that Disney chose a Bengal tiger for this role, as they are native to Asia and not Africa. A year before he became famous, Marvin Hamlisch composed the music for this film. After Richard Rodgers, Marvin Hamlisch was the second person to win a Picot. The unobtrusive, unmemorable, atmospheric music accompanying this film supports the visual action well. The Maryville sports teams are so bad that they even have a kazoo in their theme song, which was hilarious. However, the psychedelic dream-like love theme music, so typical of the 1970s, just sounds totally out of place. Actor and director Robert Shearer was originally hired by Disney to direct the grand opening of Walt Disney World TV show. Although as an actor, he made an award-winning debut in 1948's Lend Me an Ear. Television directing turned out to be his career of choice, allowing him to leave his legacy on film. He was a member of the Jiving Jackson Jill's dance troupe. His foray into directing was with the Spike Jones Show. By the time he directed The World's Greatest Athlete, he had already won an Emmy for The Danny Kaye Show, and been nominated for several others. I enjoyed Shearer's direction of this motion picture. It was more akin to what you might see on a TV screen than in a cinema. But this film, with its visual effects, stunts, and sight gags, was too extreme to be reality, which made the film even more enjoyable to watch. The film's style reminded me of Ward Kimball's direction in cartoons, just a live-action version. I thought that this film was excellently done, and found it to be extremely funny, especially Tim Conway's slapstick comedy. My favorite scene is in Nanu's bedroom at the boarding house, where Nanu and Coach Amos sit on the end of a bed and toss a voodoo doll of Conway's character around, making him fly back and forth across the room. I believe that this film represents the start of Disney's transition from the war-influenced reality situational comedies of the 1960s to a new team of players that created films full of physical comedy in the 1970s. I thoroughly recommend The World's Greatest Athlete for an evening of uproarious humor. The one-liners and sight gags are so hilarious that they have me belly laughing continuously. Don't miss a chance to take the field with wild family fun for everyone. if you would like to watch this film for yourself. Disney's The World's Greatest Athlete is available on iTunes, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Google Play, and of course DVD. If you enjoyed this type of 50th anniversary content, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. The Disney Scrapbook channel will be producing other 50th anniversary content throughout the year that will include reviews of Disney films, LPs, books, and theme park content. Thanks everybody for watching. TTFN, head out for now.